Well, hello, team networking, and welcome to a new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the show command. Now, the show command is going to be your best friend whenever you are using the packet tracer software or whenever you are actually configuring any Cisco device, whether it's simulation software or real life device. The show command basically will give you an idea and show you the information that you need to know whenever there's a problem in your network. It's the tool that can help you troubleshoot any issues that you have in your network. And the good news, the show command will work for a switch and work for a router the same way, almost the same way. The results of these show commands, in a lot of cases, how long the result will be, relies and depends on how many ports do you have. So, for example, in this switch, I do have here 24, and in addition to those 24, I do have two more, so it's basically 26 ports. So every time I'm going to try to show information related to those ports, the list is going to be very, very long. Unlike the router in this case, you can see that I have one port here, one port here, one port here, one port here. Later, we're going to talk about what is this area here and how do we use them. We're going to extend the size of our network. So I'm going to be using the router here to demonstrate those show commands. So I'm going to go to terminal using my computer that's connected to the router using the console cable here. And then I'm going to go to the bottom. Now remember from the last video, I just configured the interface for this router. So to be able to show or to use the show command, you need to be in the privilege mode. So you just type enable in this case, and here we go. Now, if you just type show and you put a question mark, you will see. Let me just extend the view here. The question mark basically will show you all the options that you can actually use with this show command. So you can see here, I do have a lot of things that I can show. And if you have time and you want to navigate, you can just look at them. And some of them are easy to understand, some of them are not. For example, when you see AAA, shows AAA value, so you really need to know what is the AAA value. But I'll show you some of them. For example, show host. No, not host. There's one that was really easy, and you can tell what it is from the name. Where's the letter C? Show clock. It's basically going to show you what time is it in that system. So you see here we have a long list of options that come with the show command. Of course, this is part one of show command, so I'm not going to show you all these items. I'm just going to go through the important ones. And one of the most important ones is show interface. Okay, we talked about show IP, but now I'm going to just go and do the show interface. Now, if I follow that with show interface, now sometimes you may want to know if there's other commands after that. Just press question mark and it's still going to tell you what else you can type after the show interface. You see here it's another long list of options, but in my case I'm just going to go and say show interface and press enter, and look what do we have here. It's going to show you all the interfaces that you have in that device. For example, we have G00, we have G01, and we have the VLAN. And if you just go and click show IP interface, it will show you those three interfaces that you have in the VLAN. But again, every one of them comes with a long list of information related to that interface. So if you're noticing problems with that gigabit Ethernet, show interface could be the key here. Now, if you don't want to see all of this, you can just come here and type show interface, follow that with gigabit 0, for example, 1. And in this case, it's just going to show you the information about that interface instead of showing you the information, the show interface information about all the interfaces. And again, at a certain point, you need to understand everything you see in this page of information. It's showing you the MAC address, showing you IP addresses. It's showing you a lot of information. If there is any drop in packets, how many packets that will be received, and the sizes of these packets. Was there any errors there? how many packets were sent out, and so on. Now, there's another show interface, or show command that we use a lot too, which is show IP interface. Now, if I just show IP interface, it will show me a lot of information again. And here it is. This is G00. And now since G00 is down, so there's nothing to show. But G01, which is up, it's showing me a lot of information. All this information are related to the IP address. So let me just go ahead and highlight it. So this is G01, and this is VLAN. Since VLAN is not actually assigned, so there's nothing here to show. But this again is showing you information related to the IP address. The IP address, IP address itself, the subnet mask, the broadcast, and all these kind of information. So again, whenever you have a network and you notice that one of these ends in that network is not actually working, the key here is to go and show IP interface. I can do this, gigabit 01, and only show me the information of gigabit 01. And I can do the same thing, just show interface. Both of them are going to show me different type of information related to that interface. IP, basically, show IP is going to show you information related to the IP and other issues that are related to it. This is more about data is received, data is going to be sent, a drop, the type of the connection, it's full duplex, this is how fast it is, and this is the media type, which is RJ45. So this is the first type of commands that we use a lot whenever it comes to troubleshooting a network. We have another command which is not related to interfaces. I'm going to skip and leave the interfaces now. The one is called show flash. Show flash will basically show you the content of the memory of your device. So inside this router here, I do have 3 files. One of them is this one, and one of them is this one, and this is the first file and the biggest file. This is the most important file. This is the operating system, C1900. Now, of course, every single character here has a meaning, but this is my operating system. Sometimes you want to have a look at the flash and see what do you have there, just in case your system is not working. It will manage to work. It will manage to boot up, but it will not be able to do anything. So it will just give you enough options for you to navigate to see what's going on here. And sometimes this file could be corrupted for any reason, so it might need to be replaced. So that's the show flash command. Now we have another one. It's called show version. Now, show version is going to give you information about the operating system and about the device in general. So it's telling you what type of device it is, what is the operating system, and it's giving you some copyright data. If you want to have some support, this is the website. And it's going to tell you we have ROM, or read-only memory, inside your computer, inside the router. Okay, the power, it's on. It has a image files. This is again the operating system, which is going to be stored inside the flash, and a lot of other information related to the software that you have here. Some email addresses, sizes. We have the dynamic RAM here configured, is 64 bits, and so on. So you can see here a lot of information related to the hardware device is explained in show version. Some process IDs here, some serial numbers here. Usually whenever you want to purchase, you want to update your system, you might need to come here to have a look at those type of information. So that's what we mean by show version. Previously, I showed you one of the most important commands is show running configuration. Now, show running configuration, let me just repeat what I said last time. There's a file called startup configuration. Startup configuration holds the configuration of the device. So when you turn it on, that configuration is going to be sent to the device, so it's going to be using it. And when it's going to be sent to the device, to the RAM of the device, it's going to be changed to be called running configuration. And now every change you're going to be applied in this device is going to be stored inside that running configuration. So if you want to have a look at whatever you did in this computer, in this router, you can have a look at it by checking the show running configuration. And in this case, since I haven't done anything except that here it is, this is the part I played. I changed the interfaces, so you can see here, this looks different than this, and look different than this. So if I want to say here something, whenever you want to troubleshoot any device that's acting weird, you have show IP interface, and we have show interface, and now we have show running configuration. Those show commands, you're going to have to use them whenever there is a problem. Of course, you can type show clock. Let's see if the clock is correct. Of course it's not. Look at the time here. It's March 2nd, 1993. There's a way I can change it, but I'm not going to change it now. But you can see that it's really important for you to update it. We'll see how to get that done later. And that's pretty much, those are the show commands that I want to really talk about. As I said, there's a long list of show commands, but I don't want to talk about them all right now because a lot of those issues here, we don't have an idea about what they are. Now, let me just show you the last part, which I showed you before, show IP interface. And I will go, if I just press enter, it will show me all the information about these interfaces. But if I want to have a summarized version of that, just type brief. And now you can see here, this is what's showing me. It's showing me the interface, the name of the interface, and then the IP address if it does exist, and so on. And if I want to see the version 6 of that, I just have to come here and type v6. And here we go. So show me information about the version 6, which again, this is the only one that I configured in this device. So this is again the first part of show command. Later on, we're going to show a lot of other commands whenever we get a little bit deeper in this series of videos. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Thank you.